Let me explain this example. The gestation period of 10 deer was recorded. The mean gestation was 200 days with a standard deviation of 10 days. Assume that the data follow a bell-shaped symmetric distribution. Find the approximate probabilities of the following. They are asking approximate probabilities. That means we can use the empirical rule. Or you can say 68, 95, 99.7 rule. Right. First, let me define the random variable. Here we talk about gestation period. Therefore, we can define X as a gestation period of a deer. And now go back to the problem and understand the important information. Yes, mean is 200, standard deviation is 10, and it says bell shape and symmetric distribution. It is enough to assume that X has normal distribution. Then X has normal distribution, mean is 200 and standard deviation is 10. And this is the density curve for this case. This density curve is above the x-axis, and we already know the area under the curve must be 1 and symmetric about 200. Part 1. The probability of a mother being more than 200 days. How do we find the probability more than 200 days? Or percentage. How do we find the percentage or probability? Right? That means the area under the curve and right to the 200, because more than 200 days. Right? You know this is symmetric about the mean. Mean is 200. Therefore, this area should be 0.5. That means the probability of a mother having more than 200 days to birth is 0.5. Right. Now go to the second one. The probability more than 210 days to birth. That means we need to find the area right to the 210, because more than 210. Okay, now how do we apply the empirical rule for this case? Right, first let me try to get the 210. Yes, we know mu plus sigma is 210. That means we can find the mu minus sigma, that is 190. Yes, then the middle area between 190 and 210 can be found from the empirical rule. So what is the percentage of the middle area? You know the empirical rule, it says the area within one standard deviation is 68%. Therefore, the middle area is 68%. But we are looking for the right side corner. That means the blue area. So how do we find it? We know entire area under the curve is 1. So 1 minus 0.68 is 0.32. That is the both areas in the blue colors, right? Left and right area. So we know the curve is symmetric. Therefore, how do we find the right area? Or you can say, since both areas are the same, we can find the area 0.32 divided by 2, that is 0.16. But still we need the right side area. Therefore, we can say the probability it takes a mother more than 200 days to birth is 0.16. Right. The third one. The probability less than 170 days. Less than 170 days mean the area left to the 170. How do we find this? Again, we can apply the empirical rule. So how do we get 170? We know mu minus 3 sigma is 170. And we can find the mu plus 3 sigma, that is 230. Now we know the yellow color area and left and right. These two areas are the same because of symmetry, and 170 270 is the within 3 standard deviation. Okay, according to the empirical rule, the area between or within 3 standard deviation is 99.7, right, percent. Therefore, we can say the middle area is 0.997. Then how do we find the rest of the area? It means the both yellow regions, right? We know entire region is 1. So 1 minus 0.997, which is 0.003, is the area of both regions, both yellow regions. Since these regions are the same, we can find the one region by dividing this 0.003 by 2. That is 0.0015. But we need the left side area, right? Therefore, we can say the probability is less than 170 is 0.0015. Fourth one, the probability between 180 and 200. Okay, first let me check this in this under the curve, that is the area here between 180 and 200. Now let me check how to get the 180. Yes, we know mu minus 2 sigma is 180. Then we can find the mu plus 2 sigma, that is 220. According to the empirical rule, this is within 2 standard deviation. So we can say the whole area is 95 by applying the empirical rule. Yes, therefore whole area is 95. But we need half of this area, right? We need the area between 180 to 200. Then how do we find the half of the area? This we need to divide 0.95 by 2. That is 0.475. Therefore, the probability between 180 and 200 is 0.475. Right. Next one. The probability between 180 and 190 days. Right. So this is the area, blue area. Blue region is between 180 and 190. How do we find this one? Okay. First, let me check this area. Right. First, I check the green area. Okay. Now, actually, we need to check for the 180. We discussed this before, right? Therefore, we already know that is 0.475. Right. Now we know this. Okay, look at this again. This whole area from here. Right. Now we know it is 0.475. Now let me find this area. That. Okay. Then how do we find this area? Yes. Now we need to check the 190. How can we get 190? We know mu minus sigma is 190. That is the one standard deviation. So we check mu plus sigma, that is 210. According to the empirical rule, this is within 1 standard deviation, that is 68%. So total area, the yellow area is 0.68. But we wanted to find the area between 190 and 200. That means the half of this. Therefore, we can say this small area is 0.34. But now we need to find the area between 180 and 190. So how do we find that area? So we know area between 180 and 200 is 0.475. The area between 190 and 200 is 0.35. Then subtract. Then area we looking for is 0.135. I hope you understand these problems, and I will explain more examples in a later videos.